HR is not a back office paper pushing function anymore. The first 90 days into an organization is extremely important. Come with a clear mindset of prioritizing your tasks.
और चैलेंज भी करना बहुत जरूरी है. बिजनेस कुछ भी उठा के दे देता है.
Every organization, when they're hiring, they hire for the skills. Are they able to articulate their thoughts? Do they have the ability of collaborating? You know, whatever you're doing, you need to understand the why of it. Finding this role as important, I think that's where the leaders have taken that mindset. Everyone, I would highly recommend, start your career with talent acquisition.
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू विजडम विस्पर्स विद अभिषेक मित्तल. आज हम बात करेंगे ह्यूमन रिसोर्स एज अ करियर ऑप्शन. राइट, बहुत कुछ है इस पूरी इंडस्ट्री में. हमें लगता है बहुत सारे मिथ्स हैं इसके अराउंड कि हम बोलते हैं यार ये करते ही क्या है पूरे दिन, है ना. बट ऐसा नहीं है. देयर आर सो मैनी फील्ड्स इनटू दिस एरिया एंड दीज आर द पीपल हु आर बैकबोन फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिकॉज एज ऑल कंपनी सेज, लोगों से कंपनी है. राइट, सो उन लोगों को मैनेज करने के लिए हमारे पास एक बहुत बड़ी टीम होती है ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की. उसके अंदर बहुत सारे सेक्शंस हैं जिसके हम बारे में आज बात करेंगे. सो फॉर डूइंग दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन आई हैव अ गेस्ट विद मी, कौशिनी सरकार. So she's coming with around 2 decades of experience and she will be talking about this. So let's welcome Kaushini to the show. Hi Kaushini, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks Abhishek. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. It's a great forum. I've seen some of your podcasts. I think the topics that you're touching are extremely engaging, and they will have a great impact on a long-term basis on these kids whom you're trying to influence. So great,
absolutely Kaushini. That's a motive कि कहीं पर जो ये यंग प्रोफेशनल्स जो कि निकलेंगे अभी कॉलेज से या निकल रहे हैं या जो जॉब में हैं, उन लोगों को समझ में आए कि डिफरेंट एरियाज ऑफ दिस एंटायर बिजनेस, राइट, होता क्या क्या है. एंड स्पेसिफिकली नाउ वी हैव यू ऑन द शो. सो हम आज ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की बात करेंगे. उससे पहले हम आपकी जर्नी सुनना चाहते हैं कि आपने कैसे शुरुआत करी, आप कैसे यहाँ पर पहुंचे जो आज जहाँ पे आज आप है.
So interesting journey that I've had. You rightly said it's about 2 decades, and now when I look back, I think that it's been a sweep. It's been a journey where I have got a lot of opportunities. So way back when I was finishing my MBA, I started off my career, and in my last semester I was lucky enough I got an opportunity. I started with a recruitment agency, and I think that was my biggest stepping stone, because the nuances of hiring people into the organization, I think that is where the journey starts in I don't call it HR anymore because it's gone way beyond that.
It's now we call it a people function, proper
people function, people experience,
right.
Talent management, all these terminologies have come. So I'll come to that.
Yeah.
But talking about my journey, so that's where I started. I had a very short stint because of some personal reasons, but then I got a break with a corporate organization. It was a startup founded by IIT graduates, and the company was about roughly 60-70 people. And that's where my first corporate experience started. There I worked for about good 10 year 8 months or something like that. And then I got into another growing organization, and I would call that as my transformational. So the first corporate experience was a huge learning experience, and my second corporate experience was a transformational journey, because there I got into a new opportunity of leading. I mean, being a part of the leadership team, being a part of the strategic team to grow the organization. So, and then now I am still with that company. It's just that it has transitioned, it has been acquired, and so good 2 decades entirely growing the people function in the organization. And I've gone through name transitions as well. We started with talent management, we were people experience, now we are talent and culture team. So that's how we are known as a function in the organization, a critical piece.
Great. बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग जो स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं वो इस एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड से स्टार्ट नहीं करना चाहते, लाइक टैलेंट एक्विजिशन, बिकॉज दे थिंक यार ये शायद हमारे हमारे प्रोफाइल से बहुत नीचे का काम है, राइट? बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट आई हैव सीन, बट आई थिंक आपने स्टार्ट वहाँ से किया है एंड देन यू हैव लर्नड एंड looked at all other areas as well of people function, right? So interesting है. हम इसके बारे में और बात करेंगे, right? But जैसे आपने कहा ये जो एक एरिया है people function, ये इवॉल्व हुआ है over the last 10-20 years, right? It never used to be the central function of an organization initially. Used to be a back-end function, was not getting involved in, बहुत सारी meetings में नहीं होते थे, but आजकल पीपल फंक्शन एक ऐसा फंक्शन है जो आप कोई भी मीटिंग कर रहे हो तो उसका एक पर्सन वहाँ पे होना ज़रूरी है, राइट? इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ मैंडेटरी. सो आप इस इवोल्यूशन को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे?
So I think what organizations have trying to transformed, and they've adapted themselves to the concept of HR is not a back office paper pushing function
Right.
anymore. They're not a function that just does leave transactions. They are not doing attendance. They are not doing Diwali and Rangolis. I mean, those are the most cliched statements. ये करती ही क्या है function, right? Rightly said. But I think leaders, specifically the executive leaders or the CXO level people, I think they have started to see the value of this function from the fact that they play a very critical role in growing an organization, especially the first function, which is identifying the right people for the organization, which is talent acquisition, right? So when I look back, I think everyone, I would highly recommend, start your career with talent acquisition. People think, and you rightly said, बहुत ही छोटा काम सोचा जाता है,
low profile.
All you need to do is just pick up the phone, call करना है और बात करनी है. No, you have to see when this person gets their foot in the door, is he or she actually fit for the organization, right? Do they fit into the culture? Do they, will they be a great collaborative team member? Will they, envision the vision of the organization, the vision of the product that they're trying to build, the vision of the function that they're a part of? So I think it's very critical that, people understand this role is not only about picking up the phone and asking, "Aapki salary kitni hai?" Right? So it goes beyond that. So, my whole experience has been, so that's one part of it. Second part is a people experience or a talent and culture function in an organization. In the name itself, it is there to do two things. One, help and build the culture of the organization. Of course, people build the organization, and people build the culture of the organization. Okay, that's one. And second, the entire people experience. How do people feel? Do they feel appreciated? Do they feel valued? Do they, have enough growth opportunities? Now, all of these things has to be pulled by this heavy lifting, right? A leader or a manager, as a senior and a junior in an organization, are bound by the relationship of the work that they have to deliver, right? So they need a catalyst. So people experience function, on that note, is that catalyst that helps build the organization culturally, from the talent perspective, giving or creating the right environment and the opportunities for a individual to grow and say, okay, here I identify myself with this company. So I've seen leaders thinking and having that mindset shift of considering the organization as a place where people can grow, right? And for that, you need a function to take care of all these things, right? So I think getting a seat on the table is the biggest sign that we are seen as allies.
Yes.
We are seen as key contributors towards the success of the organization. Everyone has a role to play in the company, right? But finding this role as important, I think that's where the leaders have taken that mindset.
Because I've started also like way back, right? 20 years back. During that time when we used to have town halls, we never used to have a people HR function or HR manager standing with the leader who's taking the town hall, right? But this shift I have seen that shift कि अब आप कोई भी टाउन हॉल, कोई भी इंटरनल मीटिंग्स ले लो, HR पर्सन विल बी देयर, बिकॉज ऐसे बहुत सारे HR रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस होंगे जो कि वही एड्रेस कर सकते हैं, आप नहीं कर सकते. एंड ऑल्सो it gives a confidence to the people who are sitting कि हमारा कोई खड़ा है वहाँ पे, right? Because they see people, HR partner, people partner, business partner, whatever you call it, right? उनको पता है यार ये तो इनसे तो हम बात करते रहते हैं ना, ये तो friend है. So this relationship has changed drastically because initially स्टार्टिंग में यही होता था कि एक आउटसोर्स फंक्शन होता था. आज भी बहुत सारी जो आपने चीजें बोली वो दैट हैज बीन ऑटोमेटेड और अ सिस्टम ड्रिवन. अटेंडेंस मैनेजमेंट, लीव मैनेजमेंट, वो सब पहले पीपल फंक्शन मैनेज करता था, अब नहीं करता. रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, बहुत सारी चीजें ऑटोमेट हो गई है. यू हैव सॉल्यूशंस लाइक वर्कडे एंड अदर्स जो कि आपका काफी काम ऑटोमेटिकली कर लेते हैं. सो नाउ उनका रोल इसलिए भी इवॉल्व हुआ है क्योंकि उनके पास टाइम है कुछ और करने के लिए. एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे टेक केयर ऑफ इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो कि पता ही नहीं होता लोगों को. अच्छा ये HR है जो पीपल फंक्शन है, ये काम ये करता है. तो इवोल्यूशन बहुत ही अमेजिंग है बिकॉज मेरे लिए मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है पीपल फंक्शन. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू आर सीइंग मी टॉकिंग अ लॉट. बट एक इतना इंटरेस्टिंग एरिया है टू गेट योर फुट इनटू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एंड जैसे आपने कहा स्टार्टिंग में रिक्रूटमेंट की बात करी कि जो ये टैलेंट एक्विजिशन टीम है उनको पहले वो प्रोफाइल खुद समझना पड़ेगा, बिजनेस से बात करनी पड़ेगी कि बॉस आप कर क्या रहे हो, तभी मैं उससे बात सामने वाले जो सामने बंदा होगा जिससे मुझे बात करनी है, मैं उसको समझ तो पाऊंगी कि अच्छा वो इस रोल में फिट होगा नहीं होगा. क्योंकि मैं तो स्क्रीनिंग फर्स्ट मैं कर रहा हूँ, राइट. सो मुझे पहले बिजनेस से बात करनी होगी, मेरी रिलेशनशिप्स बिल्ड होंगी. यदि मैं बिजनेस में बात कर रहा हूँ, बिजनेस को समझ रहा हूँ, उनसे पूछ रहा हूँ अच्छा भाई आप करते क्या हो, ताकि मैं आपके लिए एक राइट कैंडिडेट ढूंढ सकूँ. सो इट्स अ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस. इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एरिया टू लुक एट. तो कौशनी, जैसे हमने अभी बात करी कि ये बहुत इवॉल्व हुआ है. जब आपने स्टार्ट किया था तब आपसे क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस थी, और जब आज कोई स्टार्ट करता है तो उनसे क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस होती है, जब आपने स्टार्ट किया आपसे क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस थी?
Sure. So when I started my journey, like I said, I started with a recruitment agency, and then I moved into the corporate. I think the expectations were very clear. Was number one, understand the organization that you're a part of, right? What is their core business? What do they do? What is it that because see, these people, the the talent and culture representation that happens to the external world,
right.
Be it with candidates, with other hiring partners, etc. You're representing the organization. So if you don't know the company, you're not doing your job well, right? So the first thing that I would recommend, and I also started my journey like that, was understanding the organization. What's the core business, right? What are the kind of clients we are serving, right? What is it that we are trying to achieve? The vision should be engraved in the mind, right? Second, understanding the values of the organization. What is valued in the company? What are the core principles that are seen up high, and the things that were like it doesn't work in the company. So it's very important that anybody who starts their career, I mean, when I started with this. Right now also people just jump on to, because
tasks,
exactly, they're they come from the mindset of execution. Just run, right? But I would say the first 90 days into an organization is extremely important. Invest your time in understanding the business, like I said. Second, understanding the core stakeholders. Invest time with them. What are their expectations? And you trust me when I say first 90 days, it's not a piece of cake. 1 week I'll do this, second week I'll do this. No, it's a dynamic situation. The world is changing around us. The earth is revolving, so the world is changing like that. So it's important that we get an opportunity to interact with our stakeholders, understand their expectations. Third, now that's a critical piece of understanding the people you're working with. Being business partners, be it recruitment firm, the recruitment team that you're a part of. When you're interacting with the core people on the ground, you get to know a lot of nuances far more transparently, right? And because the equations on the ground, the culture of the project, the the core deliverables of the project, on the ground, how does their day look like, right? These are the things, because at the end of the day, when you're representing the company outside, through talent acquisition, probably you are telling them about the company, the culture. So you can build that relationship, because a candidate who's making a choice between 5 offers that they hold. That's how the world is today, right? I mean, we were struggling with 2, and these people have 5.
Yeah.
So it's important for them to, help them know that, okay, if you join this organization, here are the 5 things you want to get. The opportunities to learn, the growth opportunities, what are the kind of values that we align with, and I see semblance in whatever you're saying that you wish to do in your career. So things like that. So I think these are 3 critical pieces that haven't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding the organization, understanding your stakeholders, and understanding the people on the
Mm-hmm.
ground. I think these are critical pieces that you should invest when you're starting off your career with any organization, or any firm for that matter. I think it's critical.
Great. So, like, your role has evolved over the years, as you said,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Started with as an recruitment, now heading the team of people experience.
Yeah.
So, within this journey,
Mhm.
what are the different areas you touched
Sure.
within the people function?
So there are too many things.
Yes. That's what I want to I want to hear.
There's no dearth of work. It sounds a very small word like TM or TNC
Hmm.
or people experience PE,
Yeah.
right? But there's so many things. First and foremost is, this is a entire a journey of an individual in the organization
Mhm.
from the day they start with the company, or probably even before that, because the start with the company is the first touch point when a talent acquisition team member talks to
Yes.
them, right? So that's where the journey actually starts.
Mhm.
Then their experience of interacting with different people, so that's and then getting them into the organization. That's a hiring process. So that's one function of people experience and talent and culture. As you move on, when somebody joins the organization, then you have like an onboarding function,
Mhm.
right? Like an onboarding team that takes care of their onboarding experience. So the first 90 days, like I said.
Right.
Starting from the fact that how does their day one look like?
Mhm.
Do they have everything? What are the things that you need to align them with, apart from the leader?
You're right.
Oh, natural cheez hai,
Uh-huh.
right? But do they have somebody to talk to?
Buddy bolte hain
buddy
aajkal.
bolte. Exactly. Do they have a buddy? So, having that ecosystem set up for them so that the person feels settled in faster, right? And they are equipped with everything. Then you talk about usually the onboarding experience and the post joining feedback collection, etc., is driven by the learning function, the L&D
Mhm.
team, or you have the business partners driving it. So there's an execution, there's analysis, and there's presentation of the data that comes along. So that brings me to the next function of L&D. So now the person has come into the organization, they understand what the business and the function is. Right now, the part is that how do they take their career ahead? Because they are not here, or they were not only born to do what they've joined for, right? They want elevation in their careers. So how do you build their careers in the organization? So 2 ways of doing it. The L&D function is the primary facilitator in this case,
Right.
wherein they help build those learning programs, technical, behavioral, functional, whatever you can think of.
Mhm.
So L&D function facilitates all of that. So for that, they talk to the business leaders, what are the training need identification process, as you call it, all the way till the execution, partnering, etc., and finding effectiveness. So that's another function. Then you have the talent management function, so to
Mhm.
speak, that takes care of these succession planning, performance management, the mechanisms of rewarding,
Yes.
appreciating people. What does that look like? So there's a function to take care of that. Then of course you have something as a operations team or the managed services that primarily looks into your day-to-day transactional
Right.
things, because that's also important. How, oh, by the way, my leave balance isn't showing correct.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, I need support and I have to rent a house, I need a letter,
Right.
right? A lot of these things are transactional nature. It's important for my life,
Yes.
right? So I need someone to assist me on that. So these tools, these HRMS tools, are now taking shape, that are helping the operations team to execute this really well, right? So their time doesn't go into, oh my god, I have a queue of 100 messages. So a lot of automation has come into thing, but then they are the central point to drive these things. So that's the operations side of it. Then you have some organizations do have the workforce management, that is, finding suitable positions from the time that the person is hired into a
Mm-hmm.
particular position, and once they are offloaded from a project, how do they align to a new
Right.
project, right? So maintaining that competency framework of the skill set that we have right now, how far we want to go. So a lot of things there. So that's the workforce management team, right? Then of course you have the business partners. Now they are on the ground, day to day liaising with the business leaders
Mm-hmm.
and the team members, right? Because they are there to ensure everything is executed really well. So
Right.
one function will potentially create the frameworks,
Mm-hmm.
and one function potentially will execute it on the ground. All right, so business partners play a very critical role in today's world, because they are every individual's go-to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really happy with this project.
Yeah.
I don't like the way I'm being treated in the team.
Yeah.
My ideas are bumped out, right? Not everything you're comfortable talking to your manager or your
Yes.
lead, right? Because there's a relationship there that's sacred. So you rightly said that they become the go-to people in the ground, wherein you can be approached, they can empathize, listen in, they mediate the
Yes.
conversation. So business partnering is another role, right? And they drive primarily the entire life cycle. So if I was to call, I think these are 4-5 critical pieces within the the people experience function that are primarily driven
Mm-hmm.
in an organization.
ग्रेट. बाहर से देखने में ऐसा लगता है यार सब कुछ सही चल रहा है ना, बट वो सही चलने के लिए पीछे एक इंजन है जो कि काम कर रहा है.
एग्जैक्टली, उसमें डब्बे हैं.
डब्बे हैं और वो मिलके आपकी एक जर्नी बहुत ही स्मूथ
Yes.
बनाते हैं. हमें सब
Yes.
कुछ लगता है यार, बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं जब हम भी नई कंपनी में ऑनबोर्ड होते हैं, तो कई बार बहुत अच्छे एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं यार, कितना स्मूथ ऑनबोर्डिंग था, हमें पता ही नहीं उसके पीछे कितना काम हुआ है, राइट? यदि आपको उस एरिया में काम करना है, then the people function is the one function where you can go and you can join, you can help, you can explore, you can grow within them. Like there's so many different areas to look at. आजकल इतने सारे एरियाज हैं, हमने कुछ ही एरियाज टच करे हैं, बहुत सारे और भी हैं, right? So we continue looking at it. So Kaushni, now the next question which comes automatically is like, when I want to start new in this area, what are the 3-4 core skill set which I should build on when I'm in college first, or if not in college, if I'm already in a corporate world, then what are the things which I should hone so that I can be a successful people partner?
I think the first thing is, it's a competency, right? I would say, or it's like a, inbuilt value that you have, that lead with curiosity. Whatever you're doing, you need to understand the why of it. Why is this process set in this way, right? Why is the organization having this vision, right? Because how, I think it's easy to figure out.
Yeah.
It's execution,
Yes.
right? When you know where you have to run, it's a 100-meter race, and the line is going a curve, so you have to take a turn. As simple as that. So how usually people figure? So I think it's important that you need to know the why. So leading with curiosity is something that should be ingrained in anyone's mind. That's number one. Second, the art of prioritizing. It's a skill, it's an art. You need to understand what's critical, which needs more investment in terms of research, implementation, creating a plan, creating a strategy, timelines, etc., right? Because you'll have too many things on your plate. Now identifying, so you need to come with that clear mindset of prioritizing your tasks really well. If I was to talk about the other things that are probably important is the thing that start driving yourself in a self-directed manner. Don't go with the fact that you'll be told what to do, or this is the set process and you have to abide it by until eternity. So people usually often get into the rut of, okay, I'm told what to do,
Right.
and okay, this is how I have to do. I'm not saying that become like Paresh Rawal in a movie with a question mark always, ye kyun hai, you kyun hai? No, not like that, but you need to understand if something's working really great, but is this the only thing, or it can now go a notch higher, right?
Right, because वो एक, I think that is the area where a lot of people miss, right?
Yes, exactly.
That कि अच्छा क्या इसको बेटर कर सकते हैं?
हाँ.
चलता आ रहा है और बढ़िया चल रहा है. वी आर नॉट सेइंग कि ये ब्रोकन है, राइट? ब्रोकन नहीं है, बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है, बट क्या हम इसको बेटर कर सकते हैं?
Exactly.
और वो एक नज आ गया कि यार चलो अब इसके आगे काम करते हैं.
Right.
तो फिर वो ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल सी दैट ग्रोथ पाथ.
Absolutely. You're absolutely, bang on that. And with that, taking to the thought of, having an agile mindset, right? This is a like booming term over these years, and it's not only the Scrum Masters who follow. In talent and culture as well, the agile methodology is very, very easily adaptable. How? You put a framework in place. You do your planning. You do your execution, then you do retrospective. What worked, what didn't.
Yes.
Right. So this is an agile life cycle, right? The only thing that will differ is you'll not probably have like those sprint cycles, right? The sprint can be defined.
Yes.
You have the luxury of agile mein hi agility hai, right? So you can choose your sprint cycles, right, for any initiative, but go from the planning stage, execution phase, and definitely do retrospectives, right? It's important to look back when you've delivered something, be it a task, be it a org-wide initiative. You need to look back what worked, what didn't, and how can you make things better, because that will take you a longer way, because that will always stay in your mind. What has worked needs to be replicated, what did not work needs to be changed. And given the dynamic world, like I always say, you have to do it like in a snap of a finger. So that's something that will that I would recommend highly to focus on.
And another aspect is the hard skills, right? For this particular function, in the colleges, when we get into MBA HR, or let's say even the graduation, right? There are a lot of graduation courses for HR, psychology owners and all those things. These people also get into the HR role because it's very much required in the HR field right now. Business partner needs to understand the other person nicely. So ऐसे कौन से 2-3 hard skills हैं जो during the college time, if we start looking at it deeply, right? Because होता क्या है, to be honest, I do teach a lot of kids as well. So उन लोगों को लगता है यार ये क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं हम, बट लिटरली यू विल रियलाइज इट वंस यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग इनटू योर पर्टिकुलर रोल कि यार वो इम्पोर्टेंट था. सो ऐसे कौन से ऐसे 2-3 स्किल्स हैं जो आपको लगता है कि ये आपने कॉलेज में थोड़े ध्यान से पढ़ लो तो इट विल बी बेटर फॉर यू टू एग्जीक्यूट द tasks which you have to do as in a people function?
I think it's important that every course, the basics of every course, so for example, the life cycle element of recruitment, right? It's taught in MBA schools.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Open the book and you'll find recruitment selection process. There's a reason why you are taught that process, so that you have a basic understanding of the functionality, right? So that when you get into the organization, there's a defined path to it, but you'll see semblance. Okay, why? Because each stage, so I'll pick up this example, I think it'll become clear. So when you're doing recruitment for an organization, you need to have a JD, a job description that is well defined, right? You need to understand what the business actually wants, right? So the process description of defining the JD is an art. Again. Okay, so everyone who gets a document should not take it on the face value. They need to understand the position really well. Now that's something that you'll experience in the corporate once you join.
और challenge भी करना बहुत जरूरी है.
Exactly.
क्योंकि क्या होता है कई बार आप I'm talking about from a people function perspective कि business कुछ भी उठा के दे देता है.
I mean, they'll come with their best. I mean, it's like, Swayam Brahma ji probably has designed this individual, right? But everybody doesn't have that skill set.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's important that, you understand why JD is important. So that basic skill set of understanding the process is done in the college. The foundation is set there. Wherein why JD setting up is important is because you understand the role really well and you get to implement it. So whatever basics of HR or talent management is taught in the colleges, that is something that you should imbibe like from day one. Understand each functionality, each process, and why is it important. And of course the execution phase will take care of the learning as you go along the way. Second, I believe it's very important that everyone should have that ability of communicating effectively. Communication skills, right? I know a lot of colleges now focus on personality development.
Yes.
Right? So, and I think it's a great way. We didn't have that in back in time. We didn't know how to face an interviewer,
Yeah.
right? We didn't know how do you go and represent yourself, right? So we did in our own broken way. Thank you, we got lucky. But it's important that you are able to communicate yourselves, rephrasing, paraphrasing, understanding what you're listening in, consuming that, and transforming your thoughts into a very neat language. So communication skills take you a very, very long way. So I would say the basics of every functionality that's taught in colleges, communication skills are two skills that I would highly recommend as you go on in your journey of talent management ahead in life. These are some things that you can start on the foundational level.
Okay, but now when you hire people, so what's your gut feeling? वो आप कैसे decide करते हो कि यार चलो इसको this person looks good. So ऐसे क्या दो तीन चीजें हैं जो you look into the candidates?
That's an interesting question. So I think I'll give you a relevant example of what we used to do in our organization, and we still do, right? But that's something that we devised in our organization. So usually every organization, when they're hiring, they hire for the skills.
Yes.
Right? There's a checklist, right? Top to down, 10 things, must have, good to have. That's a traditional list that you get. But I think it's important that, when you're talking to a candidate first time, I mean, from an interview standpoint, you get to see couple of things that are very important. One, are they able to articulate their thoughts? How well do they communicate, right? Second, do they have the ability of collaborating? If they become a part of our team, will they be someone who can, work together as a team? Because together everyone achieves success.
Yes.
So you need to work together. Third, do they have that analytical, logical ability? Right? Because, if they are able to think through, if they are, with that mindset of leading with curiosity, the whys of it, logical abilities, if this doesn't work, there is another alternate to it. Thinking of those kind of things, critical thinking, as you say, that's very, very important. Fourth, I would say, again, are they someone who need to be told, or are they self-directed? Right? So these are 3-4 things that we usually see before we get into the round of skills analysis, right? Because of course that's primary. I'm not negating the fact that you don't hire on those skills. Ye 4 hain, so bring someone on board. But if you have these things, the rest are groomable, coachable things.
Absolutely.
Right? So skills can always be acquired. Knowledge is something that you bring along with yourself, right? And one critical piece I think that I would like to highlight is the ability to learn. Do they have their mindset of moving with this evolving world? Right? They're not stuck to Java 2.0 that was taught in college, right? Because right now we're in Java 9, 10, I don't know what version is going on right now. So you need to evolve yourself. So are they, coming with that mindset of learning? If you have these 4 or 5 things, I think you have got a good team member. Because your initial, I would not say it's a gut, but if you kind of are able to associate with their responses on these 4 or 5 areas, I think you're kind of on the decision making path that this person seems to be aligned with what we're looking for. Of course, then you get into the technical skills, but of our experience, we used to do this screening round, we call it, right? And we had groomed the interviewers to take this round. Right. Because these were people who were front-ending the organization. They were the people who were mostly working with these people in the company. It was important that they identify the right people. So, what we saw was a good 70-80% of the screening selects made it to the last round.
That's right. A good number.
Right. So, it took us time. I mean, I'll not say the first time we did it, we clicked, right? Because we were struggling ourselves, we were figuring it out. But, these 4 or 5 things that we had primarily primed them with, that, okay, here are the 5 things that you have to do. And of course, you ask them a plain, simple programming question. If they're able to solve it, then you push them to the next round. And we have seen somebody who's cleared this 4 or 5 things. We've seen semblance in their response. They made it through the final round as well. So it's very critical, from the hiring standpoint. So when I hire, I think My Bible is these 4-5 things, because if I can work with them, if they have the right mindset, if they have the right attitude, I think you can work along. We're humans. We are
Yes.
collaborative.
If you, till the time you are coming with a blank slate that yes,
Yeah,
I'm open to learn,
yeah.
you can see that during the interview process.
Absolutely.
क्या वो क्लोज है नहीं यार, ये मुझे तो ये आता है, मैं इसके बारे में बात करते हैं, बट आप कुछ पूछ रहे हो, कुछ ब्रॉड माइंडेड, कुछ अलग है, तो व्हाई नॉट, लेट्स डिस्कस इट. आई एम ओके टू एक्सप्लोर, राइट?
And even the fact that at times during interviews, when the person comes back with questions, that's a very good trait, because then you can clearly say this person is not someone who's going to be, you always have to tell him or her what to do. Right? They are coming with their own thought process, and it's a very good thing in our world to have someone who has that ability of thinking through and presenting their thoughts. You can work really well with these people.
Great Kaushini, thanks a lot. I think it's a very good conversation we had. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला कि क्या क्या skills हैं जो हम hone कर सकते हैं to be successful in this area, right? Thanks Kaushini, thanks for being part of the show. It was lovely speaking with you.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Abhishek, and let's see if we can talk about more subjects in the future.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Thanks. So this was our episode with Kaushani. यहाँ पे हमने आज people experience, people function की बात करी. किसी भी पॉइंट पे आपको लग रहा है कि आपको डीप डाइव करना है, हमसे और डिस्कशन पॉइंट्स चाहिए, तो प्लीज़ आप हमें रीच आउट करें. यू कैन रीच आउट टू अस ऑन Gmail, LinkedIn एंड Instagram. If you are watching us on YouTube, please like, share and subscribe. And if you are hearing us on audio platforms, we are available on all the audio platforms. Please follow us so that you keep getting the updates. Also, do share any more interesting topics which you want us to cover, and we'll be more than happy to cover it. For a time being, I'm Abhishek Mittal signing off from Wisdom Whispers with Abhishek Mittal.